helping modern women unleash their feminine power. Hello, my loves. Welcome back to the Feminine Dating Podcast, the place where we dive deep into the essence of what it means to date with confidence and grace and embrace our inherited feminine strength. I'm your host, Lilian Toscano, and I am so happy and glad that you're here and you're joining me today. I am so sorry I wasn't here last week. I had to really take care of myself and take it very slow. I got a really bad cold and had to take lots of naps. I was really keeping my energy, reserving my energy for my one-on-one clients who needed me, and was doing the bare minimum with everything else, just to recover and get back on my feet faster. So here I am, and I am so happy to be feeling better. And I did not want to miss this week. My voice does, as you can tell, it doesn't sound the same. I'm still recovering, but I did not want to miss this week, and I really wanted to jump back in. And yeah, so I am here. Hello. And today's episode, I am beyond excited for this one. We are going to go deep and uncover the secrets behind the aura of a feminine goddess. How to bring out this beautiful energy in you. How to bring out this incredible, amazing aura of a feminine goddess in you. And now, this is not about becoming someone you're not, okay? I am not about that at all. This is about stepping into the energy that's already within you. Because as you know, we all have feminine and masculine energy, right? Every man and women out there has it. There's no like difference in gender. We all have it. So this is not, and we're not talking about gender here. We're talking about the energies. And so embracing this beautiful energy, tapping into this beautiful energy is in you. It's available for you and it's within you. Okay. And as you may already know this, or maybe this is going to be new to you, every woman has the potential to radiate like a goddess, right? Every woman out there has this potential to really have this beautiful energy, connect with it, embrace it, tap into it. And it's this magnetic pull, right, that you feel when you're fully grounded in your femininity. But how do we tap into this energy? How do we cultivate it and make it part of our everyday life, especially when it comes to dating? That is the trick. So today I'm going to be sharing with you how I have been able to do this myself and how I help my clients. And we are going to be diving deep into the main pillar that supports the foundation of a feminine goddess, that supports the foundation of this beautiful energy within you. And that, my loves, is self-love. Self-love, yes, self-love. And I know this this may you may feel all sorts of things about self-love. Everyone talks about self-love, right? But we're gonna go deep into this. We're gonna skip the fluff. Okay, and we're gonna go deep into this topic because it is so important. Okay, everything about being in your feminine energy comes down to love. Loving yourself, loving others, loving everything around you, right? I feel like the definition of feminine energy is love. And so this is one of the main pillars that we really have to focus on and see and explore and experiment with it. Okay? There's not one answer for everybody. Some people really love affirmations and meditations and journaling and all of those beautiful things. And I find them very, very helpful. Yet the problem with that is that I find that it keeps you up in your head, it keeps you up in your mind, and it it's not as easy then to really tap into your feminine energy. And so you're still like in your very masculine energy, loving yourself, which is a good thing, right? There is nothing wrong with being in your masculine. It's just a different way when you are in your feminine energy. And how do you love yourself in your feminine energy, right? How to love yourself, how to tap into that energy, and how to really truly unconditionally love yourself in this beautiful feminine energy, right? So, and if you're here and you're part of my community, you already know how important self love is, right? But a lot of us, I find that we're so confused and we struggle on how to truly love ourselves because, like I said, there's so many ways, so many tools, so many things people say on how to do it. And so I think this is about experimenting, experiencing, and seeing what works for us. Okay. And I think the main reason why we struggle so much with this topic, with really loving ourselves fully in the ways that we want to be loved, is because we have been conditioned to only love parts of us. So, what do I mean by this? We have been conditioned to believe that only parts of us are truly lovable and accepted. Does this resonate with you? That only parts of you should be loved and accepted, and that other parts of you, of who you are to be rejected and hidden away, right? So we reject parts of us in order to conform, in order to be accepted, in order to be loved, right? And we put ourselves in boxes, and we do this with others as well. We put other people in boxes and decide that this is who we are and this is who they are, right? Not like trying for our mind to understand and try to come up with who this person is or who we are. So our mind is very linear, right? And wants to be very logical. And so it's easier for your mind to just put yourself in this box and be like, this is who you're supposed to be. But as human beings, we can't do that, right? Because our soul is so multifaceted. There's so many parts of us within us that just don't conform into one box, right? And not being able to accept and love those parts of us is absolutely not our fault, okay? This is not your fault. This is not my fault. This is no one's fault. This is just how we have been conditioned throughout generations. And I've seen this in, my family tree where, how my mom is, how she was conditioned by, her mom, how her mom and her dad were, and how they were conditioned, how my great grandparents were. I actually met my great grandpa. I still remember him. And so I know, stories about him. And I even, obviously witnessed his energy and the way he was. Even though he was very old at the time, he was still himself in many ways. So I see how, from generation to generation, how I came to be and how I was conditioned in a way that didn't allow me to fully express myself, to fully be authentically me, to fully love the parts of me that were within me, right? And that is because, my parents were conditioned a certain way. And so they thought that this was the way to be, right? So this makes us think that we are, supposed to be this type of person or act a certain way or be a certain way. So, for example, like I have a lot of clients, and this is something that I struggled with myself. I have a lot of clients that struggle with being playful, with, being goofy or being silly. Like, that is just out of the questions for them. You know, they're so closed off that it's hard for them to tap into their playfulness, to embrace their goofy side, to embrace their silly ways. And I struggle with this myself, where, I had to be a certain way. Like, I would not smile much. I would not be, goofy or silly, or try not to be, even though if you get to know me, I am a very silly girl. And maybe you have noticed here on my podcast, some of the silly things that I say or do. And that's just who I am authentically. But I was conditioned to be more of a serious girl, right? Someone who wasn't as bubbly as I am today. And so I've started embracing those sides of me that were within me and were just being rejected by me for so many years, right? And this is what a lot of my clients struggle with. And I find that why we struggle with, really connecting with our feminine energy is because this energy means the complete opposite of who we are being at this moment, of who we have accepted to be. And so there's an inner struggle that happens, I find, when my clients come to me and they work with me, because they start feeling like they're going against themselves, that they are trying to be someone that they're not. But what they're doing really is exploring the parts of them that they haven't explored yet. And they have been conditioned to reject those parts of themselves, the goofy side, the silly side, the playful side, which is very feminine. Those are feminine energy traits that we all have within us. We all have the capability of being playful, of being goofy, of being silly, right? We all have that. And the same thing with being sensual. Being sensual is within us, right? So we all are capable of being a sensual goddess, a sensual feminine goddess, a sensual being, right? But we reject a lot of those parts. Especially, I feel, here in the West, anything to do with sex, anything to do with sensuality, anything to do with sexuality, it's so taboo, and it's something that we should not be talking about, right? Or if someone is too goofy, too playful, like, you have to be more serious, you have to take your life seriously, you have to be a certain way. It's like, it's so rigid. And it takes away all of that juiciness, of that playfulness that it's within you, right? It takes away that beautiful energy, um, and it rejects all of those parts, right? So if you consider yourself, let's say, a very serious woman, then you're likely going to have a hard time tapping and embracing your playfulness and silly side. You will reject it. You will even say, like, yes, that's just not who I am. I'm just not a playful person. I'm just not a silly person, right? That's just not me. I'm sorry, that's not me. And I have said that in the past. I was telling myself these things in the past. And then when I started my feminine journey, I started experimenting and experiencing and exploring all my different parts, and started embracing that more and more. And this is what feminine energy does for you, right? It allows you to love yourself fully, whole, as a whole being, right? Not just parts of you, but as a whole being, accepting and loving the whole woman that you are, right? So even if, and I've seen this, even if it feels good to be playful, and it feels good to be silly, it makes you feel free, um there is going to be a part of you that will try to push that away. There's going to be a part of you that's going to try to reject that, because this is just not who you have been, right? And this is what happened to me. When I started being more myself, being more silly, being more playful, there was a part of me that was judging me, that was criticizing me, that was being like, why are you doing this? It's so stupid, right? Why are you being like this? You're not supposed to be this way. And so accepting even the little voice of myself, right? This voice that was judging and criticizing me, it was also part of my journey of embracing my whole self, that there is a part of me that is judgmental, that criticizes, right? And even though it's not the nicest part of me, I still love and accept that part of me. So this was my journey, and this is what I feel a lot of my clients also struggle with, is just accepting all of them, right? All of themselves. And I know it's easy for me or anybody else out there to say, hey, just love yourself, just embrace all parts of you. That's all you have to do. But in reality, and I know that it's not that easy, right? It's not that easy, that there is steps that need to be taken, that there is so much more to explore and see and embrace. And it's not easy to even sometimes do it ourselves, right? So I have something very, very special for you. So if you're interested in truly loving yourself as a whole, my love, and you want to embrace more of your feminine energy and really bring out this feminine aura that's in you, I have a special offer, okay? Just for my podcast listeners, I do not have this offer anywhere else. You can check my social media, my website. You will see this offer is nowhere to be found anywhere. I'm only giving you, my podcast listeners, this special offer. And it's a very generous discount of close to 30% off for my Say Yes to Love mini package. And what this package includes is a 60 minutes one-on-one, is 4 sessions, okay, with me, one-on-one. And some of my clients love to do, instead of like a full 60-minute, they love to do like mini 30-minute sessions. So if you wanted to do that, you are welcome to do that as well. And that would mean 8 sessions for you of 30 minutes, one-on-one calls with me. You also get boxer support. So throughout, in between our sessions, you get to ask questions, you get to ask for more support, you get to ask for clarity, and whatever else you need, I'll be there for you. And lastly, you gain all the tools and exercises. They're available for you, lifetime access to all of this. All our sessions can be recorded. I record all of them, and you have access in your portal to just save them there. And you can come back to them again and again and again as much as you need it. So if you're interested in that, I am going to be leaving the link. It's going to be in the description below here on this episode. And like I said, this is a very special offer. I did not have it anywhere else. I just wanted to share this with you here because I know that a lot of you beautiful, amazing women out there that need this. And I've been in that journey. I've been that woman. And now I am so happy that I get to embrace my feminine energy. I get to be silly. I get to be, goofy. And my husband, my gosh, he absolutely loves that side of me, you know? And the condition, how we have been conditioned into just like, accepting parts of you, thinking like, well, I can't be that way because if I am, then I'm not going to be loved. We're so afraid of not being loved. Bottom line, this is what it is. We're so afraid of being rejected and not being fully accepted by others. But what is happening is that we're not really loving and being accepted of ourselves. We're not accepting who we truly are, right? So it starts with you, my love, of loving and accepting you and embracing the whole you. And then by doing that, you will attract a man that just loves you for who you are. And this is exactly what happened to me. As I started accepting and loving me and truly, embracing all parts of me and being my goofy, wild, crazy self. That's how I attracted my husband, and he loves that. He absolutely adores me for that. Every time I'm being goofy, playful, like that fun of me comes out, he just adores me for it, you know? So this is my invitation to you. If you want to work on this and you want to really connect with that, all parts of you, I invite you to join this program, and it's at your pace. It's not a group program; it's one on one. So this is very very much tailored to you and what you want to work with, what you want to work on during our time together. And having that time to be, this sanctuary for you, a safe space where you can come in and share what you want to share and share your whole self, really, right? So that is my invitation, and I am so happy that you joined me today. I hope that this episode helped you in your love journey, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao. Thank you so much for listening, and I wish you a beautiful day. If you want to learn more about being in your feminine energy, I have a free feminine energy guide that you can just download from my website. Just go to lilintoscano.com and download it from there. See you soon.